In times when the world was a story untold, lived two of the ancients, the wise and the bold. The Lord of Stone and the Goddess of Dust led people to glory as every god must. She taught him to guard and to harvest and sow. He guarded the borders where howling winds blow. They watched over plains in a bright golden age, before the whole world turned to war and to rage. She fell to the water, turned to dust in his gaze. He stood all alone mid the lilies of glaze. The valley had drowned as the floodwaters arose, the end of a peace that the history knows. He carried his grief as the journey began, and swore to protect every woman and man. They walked to the south, to the edge of the sea, to build a new harbor for lives yet to be. The god of the contracts, the shield of the land, with power of stone he held firm in his hand. His spears fell like mountains and shattered the sea, a triumph of might that the heavens could see. He crushed every rival and claimed Geo's throne, and carved out a harbor from iron and stone, unchanging as bedrock, as solid as ground, where safety and riches and honor are found. He minted the moral from his heart and blood, to lift all his people from darkness and mud. He taught them the commerce, the value of trade, to honor the contracts the mortals had made. If anyone shattered the vow they had sealed, then wrath of the rock would be truly revealed. He walked through the markets in human disguise, to see all the world through the commoner's eyes. He saw ships afar with their sails full and bright, and lanterns aglow on the harbor each night. From humble beginnings to wisdom and grace, a nation of humans, the pride of their race. The centuries passed like the clouds oversea. He saw they could flourish without his decree. Their strength had grown firm, they could stand on their own, without any help from the God on the throne. The God of the contracts, the shield of the land, with power of stone he held firm in his hand. He gave them the scales and he gave them the law, a city of justice the world never saw. The pride of the harbor is carved into stone, the greatest of nations the world has yet known, unchanging as bedrock, as solid as ground, where safety and riches and honor are found. He offered his gnosis to agents of frost, accepting the danger and every known cost. A deal for a trial, a plan for a test, to put all his ancient great duties to rest. He staged his own death, fell away from the sky, and left them with no one to hear when they cry. He watched from the shadows, his hand at his side, to see if the humans could turn back the tide. The Lord of the Vortex arose from the deep, to ruin the harbor that he used to keep. No spears from the heavens and no shield of jade, just courage of mortals that never would fade. They saved their own harbor, they guarded their home. The strength of the nation was finally shown. He smiled in the distance, a soul now at peace. The time for the era of gods now to cease. The god of the contracts, the shield of the land, with no more burdens to bear in his hand. The harbor is thriving, the people are free, a triumph of spirit for heavens to see. He sips at his tea as the city moves